welcome back to part 2 of this video. So now we are in my second year of university and we are talking about my journey with depression, right? So 2019, so I made a friend, and I think 2019 life was a bit okay, like nothing. I wouldn't say I was depressed for most of the year. However, um I was still carrying that, all those things from 20 whatever, grade 6. I hadn't forgiven. I hadn't I was so sad, you guys. I was so bitter. I was so mad. And in at home, as much as I have loving parents, but it's not easy having these conversations with them. Um I'm actually not okay, because in high school, in primary, or as a child in primary, the kids are laughing at me because I'm ugly. I have ugly hair, black eyes. I'm just a certain type of way. Yeah, but it's not so. So you feel as though you have no one to talk to about these things, and so I carried them with myself. Everything my sisters, I felt they did wrong, I carried it with myself, by myself. And yo, guys, it's such a burden. It's such a burden that we should not be carrying, because it someone said you need to make space for new things. And when this whole space is occupied by hurt, pain, and anger, that's all you're going to see. It's going to be hard for you to accept love from the people who are genuine to you, or to accept kindness, or to accept all these nice things as humans we deserve, because you're so blinded and used to these terrible experiences that you feel it's your norm. And when someone does something nice to you, it becomes suspicious. So that's the person I was. I think to a certain extent now I still am, but I'm learning and I'm unlearning. So I'm in a very interesting journey of learning and unlearning. Yeah. Sorry guys, my storytelling is all over the place. So 2019, life goes on. I was just moving at this pace after therapy and medication. So I moved from like here to here, and I was just moving in. Boom! I attempted suicide halfway through the year. Actually, it was, excuse me, straight after my birthday. My birthday is on the 20th of July. Hey, sorry guys. My birthday is on the 20th of July, and I attempted it on the 21st of July, and I landed up in hospital. And the nurses made fun of me. That's another thing. When you are depressed, it's depression is not seen as a disease way, for example, someone who has TB, someone who has cancer. I'm so sorry to compare to those things, but it is also a disease. When you are depressed, you are sick. Okay, you are not normal. You are sick. Something is happening inside within you, and you need help. And the terrible thing about depression is that you're not only a danger to yourself, but to the people around you as well, because the words you speak, the way you do things, hurts other people, particularly the people who love and care about you the most. Okay, so the nurses made fun of me and said, I'm so young, why am I trying to commit suicide? Like, it was stupid of me, whatever. And guys, I couldn't believe it. I called my sister and I told them, like, dude, they are saying this, and my sister reported it at the hospital, and angazi aphelela phi. But from that, I received so much love from a few people that I know, and they may not be my family, but I think about those gestures a lot, guys. You like coming to visit someone in hospital and just being there for them. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional. And just being there for them. It when I look back at it now, I'm so grateful. I'm filled. I want to be that for other people as well. And especially people who are in the same, or who are in the same situation as I have been. I want to be that, because I know what it feels like to have had people do that for me. Okay, so I don't know if I'm blabbing. I feel like my storytelling is all over the place. Okay, so that happens. My family comes and visits me straight after in hospital. They're like, my child, what's wrong? And once again, in black households, it is very difficult to open up and talk because well, not all of them, hey, but we grew up with strict parents and we grew up in a church, and the church, not all of them, have this belief that if you're depressed, you don't have enough faith in God. If you're depressed, you just want attention. If you're depressed, you just you're moody, you're going through a stage, a phase, um or if you're depressed, you just need to get down on one knee, they'll pray for your church and everything's going to be okay. And when we tell our parents that we're not feeling okay or we're not doing okay, it's like, oh, just pray about it, or um oh la udlule, just forgive and move on. And it's not that easy, and I'm never ever gonna blame my parents because nabo, they were raised like that, and so it's hard to expect someone to know something yabo they were never exposed to. And they were doing our best in raising us, and they did what they thought was best. So I could never ever blame my parents. So that's why the easy way out in this was to just keep quiet and babonage say attempt again. And they were like, so what's wrong? What's going on? Is it school? And I vaguely kind of brought up what was wrong, but I I, I wouldn't give it all out. And what would happen is when I'd get upset, that's when I'd burst and say everything bothering me out of anger. And I would be saying it, blaming them, and not in a sense of telling them, this is how I feel, this is what I've been going through, this is what happened, this is what I've been carrying, this is, no, but it comes out, when things come out in, like, from anger, it hits different, it comes out in a different way. Okay, so that happened, and I went back to therapy with the same therapist, and yeah, it didn't help. Everything just went like this. I failed modules at school because I also became sick physically. Yo guys, it was a lot, and it was just a lot. School came with a lot of pressure, and I had a lot of catching up to do, and yeah. So failing did not help at all. 2020 came, and I tried to pick myself up. So all these years, I'm someone who's not exactly doing okay, who has not learned to forgive themselves and just to forgive all these terrible experiences that were caused by people. I've just carried them. I've accumulated it, over the years. It's piled up, and in therapy, the lady, she just wasn't, 2020 came, the pandemic hit, and my gosh, guys, my mental health went even more. And I think that is when my depression started to get worse. No, actually, it was like the first 6 months were okay, and then the last 6 months, I don't know what happened, but I was kind of like gradually, and then something happened in November, and I hit rock bottom. I started being super sick, physically sick. I started hallucinating. I started um, having no emotion. So I'm a crier. I'm a very emotional person. I had a function, and normally when people had their speeches, I would have cried, but I was just not there the whole time. I shut down. Christmas, I spend it with my family, but I would probably just want to sit in the bathroom alone or wash the dishes, just be alone. Um, and I hid everything from my family to a point, and then my sister was home and she saw all the hallucinations happening, and that's when I had to say, look, okay, I'm not okay and it's getting worse. And so in Jan, that's when I told my sisters, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. That is when I was diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety, and I think that's the worst I've ever been. This is January 2021. I think that is the worst I've ever been. And I got I got a psychiatrist, and I was admitted into a mental hospital or mental clinic, whatever you want to call it. I stayed there for a week, and I left. I don't know if I don't remember if it was because I just wasn't ready for the healing process. I feel I wasn't happy. I wasn't comfortable there. I felt like I wasn't getting help. I was getting shouted at a mental hospital. It just was not nice. I hated it, and the fact that I was wasting medical aid or money on that, yeah, bo. And so I moved to another hospital, and I'd say there it was much better, but racism. But yeah, guys. So I started treatment. I've been on treatment, and I'm doing so much better. Yeah. Oh, and also I cut out church. I stopped going to church. I stopped going to anything social. My interaction with everything I was involved in, like, decreased. In fact, I cut it off. And yeah, I was basically just living my life. I also had been cutting my hand. Ouch, guys! I got the vaccine and it's so sore. But I'd take a knife and I would cut myself. And yeah, it was pretty intense. However, after being on medication, finding a new psychiatrist, a new therapist, yo guys, I'm in such a better place. Like, I feel like I'm able to have conversations with people now, in the sense that before, if someone would like bring something to me about me, saying, hey, I don't like the way you spoke, I'd just be mad and I just go crazy. Now I'm able to be like, how, okay, what did I say, what happened, well, apologize if I masked, or I mean, I'm not perfect, but I'm getting better. And yeah, guys, so the point of this video is that I just wanted to share that if you're going through something similar, you're not alone. We've all had, okay, not all of us, but you know, it's so hard finding someone who won't judge the decisions you make or you made when you were depressed, because you were in such a dark space that absolutely nothing mattered. And I remember some people, when I said not when I said, when I just left, I stopped going to the church, people like, weren't you a big great Christian, and you just dropped church, I'll shame me, and I told my one friend who's a pastor, and I was like, I need a break from church. And he understood, and he was just like, you know what, I totally get it. And for me, I don't know, that just, you know, people understanding and respecting the fact that when you need a break for something, it's because you have your reasons. However, with that break, I could not pray. I could not touch my Bible. I could not listen to worship songs. However, I still had God in my heart. And so I had taken a break from church. However, I was still strong within my religion, even though I couldn't express it because I felt that, you know what, God hears my heart. And I was in such a weak and dark place that I could not vocalize it, but I knew that He could hear and He could see it all. So, yeah, I'm blabbing on and on, but I just wanted to say, guys, that depression is real. Depression is an illness, and if you feel that you might be getting into it, I'd suggest you go to a clinic, see someone, because reaching a place of being numb, empty, dull, and just having no purpose is not nice. And it does not only affect you, but it affects those around you. And when you are feeling much better, you have so many consequences that you need to deal with from the depression. So try and just get help as soon as possible. And yeah, if you feel that the people around you are not being supportive or helpful, then I'm here. You can talk to me because I feel like I'll understand. I've been there, I know it, and I'm hoping that this video will help someone and encourage someone who's feeling down that you will get better. I'm not there. I'm not 100% there. But man, this journey is not an easy one. It's a difficult one, but it's a journey that teaches you a lot, especially with understanding people, and teaches you a lot about yourself as well. So yeah, just you're going to be okay, and reach out. Try your best to reach out to people you feel might help you. And yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And do share this video to someone you think might need to see it. And yeah, thank you so much, you guys. See you in the next video. What did I just hit?